So hi, my name is Katerina Vrana. I'm Greek. I live in the UK. I live in London. I'm a stand-up comedian. As far as the power to create goes, I'm a stand-up comedian. I've got two brothers. One is 30, the other's 14. The 30-year-old is a drummer and a photographer. In fact, he's the drummer of the band that's going to be closing TED Thessaloniki this year, TEDx. So our Greek parents are very proud of our professional choices. Like, will you ever make money? No. The 14-year-old wants to be a lawyer. Oh, here's hoping. So, yeah. Oh, and my hair is like this because this is how it is, okay? No discussion about it. In Greece, this doesn't stand out that much. I mean, yeah, it's big, but it's not that extraordinary. In the UK, it's become a sightseeing thing. Like, people stop me in the street. People touch it without asking me. And then there's teachers that bring little children out of the classrooms and go, look at the lady who looks like a tree. It's very annoying. So, yeah, I've been in the UK now for 10 years. Oh, and also, I am 100% Greek. I was born here. I was raised here. Both my parents are Greek. My whole family's here. I have no idea why I speak English like this. Absolutely none. It's a fluke. The rest of my family doesn't speak English. They speak like proper Greek people, you know. And so I asked my mum, I said, how come when I speak English, I sound awesome? And the rest of the family sound like bloody foreigners. And my mum went, darling, when you were born, you were so very, very ugly. Don't clap that. You bastards. And she went, your father and I thought this one will need personality and language helps. I wanted French and maybe piano. Your father wanted English. Yes, Katerina, I wanted English. That is my father. I will tell you why. Because British royalty marries very ugly women. Go! No. No. William is already married, and Harry has very red hair. And I haven't got anything against red hair, right? It's because I would totally have the sex with Harry. I'm telling you this now. I wouldn't do it in the sun. I do it in the shade. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you have sex with Harry in the sun, he'll explode. It's not a good idea. So having lived in London, the thing is that I've been living in London, as I said, for about a decade, and what's happened is, over there, I feel definitely Greek, but what's happened is when I come back home, there's been a bit of a shift in my identity, and suddenly I find myself saying things like, why can't the Greeks form orderly queues? God damn it. And I'm trying to balance out the thing to not feel foreign in two countries. But one of the things I've really come to find endearing about the British, for example, is how they get angry. They don't. When a British person gets angry, they write you a strongly worded letter. Dear sir, regret to inform, most upset. A friend of mine was, an English friend of mine, was in a train. The train got stuck. They stopped in the middle of nowhere between two stations, and they left them there for an hour and a half. They didn't explain why. They just kept apologizing. My friend, telling me this story, said, Katerina, I was so angry, I was livid. I was so livid, I was tempted to complain. I was like, what? I was like, in Greece. There is no strongly worded letter. There wouldn't have been a train. You keep the Greeks 5 minutes longer than they need to be anywhere. You know, like in the boat at the time of disembarkation. Okay? You keep the Greeks inside that boat and it's like, what? You keep us here like animals, like animals. You call this a European country? This is not Europe. I don't understand. Wait, there's so much more. And then someone always goes, where is the manager? I want to speak to the manager. Please, sir, sit down. You're becoming hysterical. Who are you to tell me what to do, eh? Who are you? Screw you. I screw your mother. Whoa. It takes 5 seconds to escalate to that level. And also, as far as that goes, right, the I screw your mother, it makes no sense. Like, what, I screw your mother? No, really? What a coincidence! Of all the boats in all of Attiki, you walk into mine. The son of whose mother you are screwing. And hello, Yanis, the son, the lady who you're having carnal relations with. What a, so pleasant. This kind of, also, right, no one you ever want to say it to you ever does, right? Because if Bill Gates comes up to me and goes, I screw your mother, I'll be like, Daddy! You're home! And we'll all be going to Cannes on my jet. So I wish the Greeks would kind of temper their rage, that immediate that kind of happens. I don't expect them to become like the English. No, dear sir, I regret to inform, I screw your mother. Just a bit more of a thing. Also, the other thing I've come to really enjoy about the UK, and I know this is weird for a Greek person, is the weather. I know. Thank you. Oh, one person going, yes! You tell them it rains! The thing is, like, I keep trying to explain to the British that everywhere else in the world, clouds are functional rather than an aesthetic choice. Right? Like in the UK, the clouds arrive and just go, hi, we're here. We're just going to sit here, maybe a bit lower, do nothing. Hi. Like in other countries, when the clouds arrive, it's going to rain, and the heavens open, water pours down, water so thick you cannot see through it. So it's like, where is my tzatziki? Well, behind the rain, who knows? That lasts for 2 hours, then it stops, the sun comes out, and we forget about it. In the UK, the same amount of water takes 24 hours to come down. Because in the UK, rain is that really soft mist, right? It's like a cat spraying your tent to show it's its territory. Do you know what I mean? It's a very gentle thing. It's a tippy-tap. It's called drizzle, and that's what I've come to love, because drizzle is rain being quintessentially British, right? It's rain going, I'm terribly sorry, I'm coming down. I don't mean to be in the way. I'm just going to come around you. I won't get anyone wet, I promise. Just pretend I'm not here. Pretend it's going to be absolutely fine. No. Everyone's going to know I'm here. You're not reaching the point. Did I get you wet? How clumsy of me. I do apologize. I didn't mean to do that. I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to be gone in 5 minutes, I promise. I'm so sorry. I do apologize. It was 24 hours and I'm still here. It's getting awkward now, isn't it? I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be doing this. I'm going to be really genuinely. I'm so sorry. I really don't. I'm the Hugh Grant of moisture. And my hair absorbs moisture. So whenever it drizzles, my hair goes boof, boof. And a mile radius around me stays completely dry. And I look like I've got all of the Jackson 4 on my head. Because he's dead. Now, the thing is that I'm in the UK. I went to the UK to act. And that's when I discovered that I'm not Greek enough, because I used to be sent up for auditions for Greek and Mediterranean parts, only to be told that I don't look Greek enough. I'll translate that for you. It means I don't have a monobrow and a moustache. Because Irini Papa has cast a very long shadow. And so I usually got feedback of the kind, we're looking for someone who looks like Salma Hayek. She's Mexican! So I went up for casting for the movie Troy. Do we remember the movie Troy? Yeah. So I went up for one of the small parts, one of the slave girls that had only one line, and my line was, "More chicken, my lord?" And I did that really well. So I ended up in the final 5, and they line us up, and the casting director comes in and goes, "Oh, no, you're too fair to be Greek." I said, what now? "You're too fair to be Greek." I was like, I'm too fair to be Greek. I'm the only Greek in the room. I'm too fair to be Greek in a movie where the Greek warrior Achilles is played by Brad friggin' Pitt. I'm too fair to be Greek. I didn't get the part. An Albanian girl got it. Go over there, take our jobs. Where's Kaplani? But even, acting and comedy are just steps, right, for my final, because my 12-step plan for global domination. I'll find a pose. It'll be better than this, I promise. Because, I think I'm Greek. We did it before. I can do it again. Bring it on. I think the world will be a lovely place if everyone listens to me. It's going to be a little bit like Hitler with less genocide, more hair, and really good shoes. So more like Dubai. And I'm going to wear a crown and a robe. I'm going to tell people what to do, and they will do it. It's going to be lovely. I've recently realized I'm probably going to end up looking like a kindergarten teacher trying to manage an unruly classroom. So I'm going to turn up in a crown and a robe, looking a bit stupid, making grandiose announcements like, hello, I am Katerina Vrana. Hello, I'm going to be your global dominator for the foreseeable future. Please lay all gifts by my... What is it, Thailand? Yes, Thailand, you may massage my feet. You're very good. Israel, Palestine, be quiet. They don't shut up. I don't. Somalia, darling, why are you dressed as a pirate? No, that's slightly inappropriate. What? Well done, America. Everyone, America has done a drawing. Yes, dear. No, we can all see. Yes, the black man is in the White House. Yay. And he's still alive. Hasn't America done well, everyone? It was very good. Okay, now, darling, stop drawing and look to your sums, because the numbers are all wrong. England, stop copying from America. No, you're old enough to know better. Greece, you're making me look really bad. I don't know. Palestine, I don't care who started it. Israel, give Palestine her Gaza back now. The two of you learn to share. Iran, put the stone down. No, my love, that's not democracy. No, I know. I'm Greek. I gave it to you. It's bloody Persian. And what's that in your mouth? Spit it out. Spit it. Spit. Who gave uranium to Iran? You know they don't know what to do with it. I don't... Okay, Italy. Italy, tell your dad to stop playing with the little girls in the class. What's that? Cyprus, I don't understand what you're saying. Say it again. Slower. 12 points to Greece. That's really going to help everyone. Don't clap. Israel, just because your book says so does not make it right. Okay, Palestine, why did you just blow up in Israel's face? What do you mean because Syria told you to? And if Syria told you to jump off a cliff, would you, Palestine, get off the cliff? The two of you play nicely together, or I'm sending you to the corner with North Korea. Am I making myself clear? Greece, stop calling Germany's mother a whore. And India, get off the phone. Why can't you all be more like Canada? They do all. They're very good. Actually, it's exhausting just performing this. I don't think I'm ever going to make it to global domination. I'm probably just going to sit at home reading gossip magazines. You know, the ones full of celebrities and cellulite. It's the way to go. I just want to tell you one more thing before I head off. What I found was the biggest difference between Greeks and the Britishers, as I like to call them, is their approach towards the opposite sex. When I first went over there, I thought there was something wrong with me because no one stared at me intently for hours. Because you know how the Greeks sit in cafes and this is how they watch women go by. In the UK, this is how they watch women. Don't look, it's inappropriate. Don't look. And also in Greece, you walk down the street and people shout random, slightly complimentary things at you. I was walking down one of the main streets in Athens and a car went by, honked and shouted, "You make the pavements Greek, manarimo." I was like, did he call me fat? In the UK, the only people who shout anything like that are the builders. And they only ever shout things like, "Yeah, show us your tits." No one ever has. I don't know why they keep insisting. You get other things shouted at you in the UK, like painfully obvious things. I walk down the street and people shout to me, "Oi," that's pst, esi in English. "Oi, you've got big hair." I'm like, yes, I know. I have a mirror and no peripheral vision. I'm like those horses that draw the carts, right? I have natural blinders. If you want to attack me, do it from the side. I won't see you coming. Ah, oh, there you are. So this is what, right? This is a Greek cab driver just showed me the biggest difference because between, oh, you've got big hair, and then I get into this Greek cab now, a week ago, because I came over to vote. Ha, that went well. It was 9 degrees in the UK, and I come here and it was 29. And I get into this taxi and I go, oh God, it's so hot. I'm sweating so much. Without pause, the cab driver, Greek cab driver, went, your sweat is very likely to be traveling down your body. Thank you very much. Bye.